Hello everyone, this is Wade from High Tech Legion, and with over 1,000 videos uploaded, if you haven't seen it here, you may not have seen it. In this video, we're going to be doing a component installation into the Thermaltake Armor Revo Gene mid-tower case. I'm going to do the installation and show you the benchmarks of how the case tests. Here we have the first component installed, the power supply into the system, as well as the I/O shield that we'll be using. I popped into the back here. The power supply was put in, and it is a almost fully modular power supply. The only thing that's not is the 24 pin and the 8 pin connections on it. So there's a little less cabling than would be if you were using a higher wattage non-modular power supply, but we were able to run everything in through the cable management grommets and get everything behind the case as much as possible, so that when we put our system board, motherboard in, we can keep the build nice and clean. So next we installed our standard ATX motherboard into the system and routed most of our cabling in so that it's ready to be hooked up. You can see there is a large Fontex heatsink installed on the motherboard, and it fits into the Armor Revo Gene perfectly well with the 2 fans on it. You're also getting air pulled through it from the rear fan because it's close enough to the back of the heatsink, so you'll get good airflow going through your heatsink. Next we install our graphics card into the system, and you'll do that by pulling the two thumb screws and taking the 2 blank plates out, and then sliding your graphics card into the PCI Express slot, clicking it into place. Of course, putting your thumb screws in, which can be done from the outside, though there is a little retention bracket that I already removed, also held in by a single thumb screw. And then we'll connect up our PCI Express power connector and be good to go with our graphics card. Put in our 6 pin, and that's all set and installed. Installing 3.5 inch and 2.5 inch drives into this case is very simple. You simply squeeze the 2 tabs on the drive tray to release it, which pulls it out of place. You'll notice that there are rubber grommets on the side here for running your screws through so that you don't get vibration on your 3.5 inch drives. And for your 2.5 inch drives, they mount into the holes here on the bottom. So you tuck the 2.5 inch drive up against the side and then put the 4 screws in through the bottom. Then you simply slide your tray back into the slot, snap it into place, and connect your cables up in the back. Here's one with the 3.5 inch drive installed. It does take a special screw that Thermaltake includes to go through those rubber grommets properly. And here is a SSD, or you could put a laptop hard drive in here if you want. Sits up against the side there, and then you put the 4 screws in through the bottom. Here we're going to install the optical drive into the Armor Revo Gene. The first thing I did was I already removed the blank here for where I'm going to put the drive. You do that simply here by squeezing the 2 piece connections on the side, and that releases it. These are reusable, so they can be popped back into place if you decide to take the drive out or move it. Then you simply take your optical disk drive and just slide it in to the bay, and if this tool is bay, it'll snap into place into the bay and be connected there. On the side here we've got a blue tab. If you want to remove it, you just push the blue tab and that releases it from the drive, and then you just connect your SATA cable and power your SATA power to the back of your optical drive. So here we have the completed build in the Thermaltake Armor Revo Gene mid-tower computer case. And now I'm going to show you some benchmarks. I hope you all enjoyed the component installation for the Armor Revo Gene mid-tower computer case. Please don't forget to check out the full review at www.hightechlegion.com. Subscribe to our Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and be sure to visit the site and check out our other reviews as well. Take care.